Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. We've got two series. Neither one goes 3-0. Got a good game. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's do it. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. It's the championship series. 2-2, 2-1. Our first walk-off of this postseason? Question mark, but I think so. It's brought to you by SeatGeek. Code JOHNBOY postseason to get you 10% off a ticket of your choice as many times as you want to use it during the postseason. So that's what we're giving you with our friends over at SeatGeek. Code JOHNBOY postseason at SeatGeek. Use the app or the website. Find yourself an event you want to go to. Punch in the code. Get 10% off. Trev, how are you doing?
James, Jake, BBD, I'm doing great. Fired up to talk some ball. I got my Rays jersey on. Yes, it's my old jersey. I don't know why I put it on. I don't ever know why I put anything on. Just go into my closet, pick a few things out. Here I am. I'm more interested to hear about Jake's shirt. How are you doing, Jacob?
I guess I feel alive, Trevor. James, Davis.
We can't see your shirt.
Can't see your shirt.
There it is.
I'm good, man. Some quality baseball last night. There was even, after the good drama that we got in the first game, Texas punches back, and you're like, wait, are we getting the special night of baseball we've kind of been waiting for? Fortunately, Houston had different plans, but we a couple days ago we were wondering if we were going to have any series at all. We thought there might be a week without baseball in October, which didn't feel right, and now we don't have that. So I'm jazzy, Jim.
Yeah, the first game was the best game we've gotten in this postseason, I think. Like, all around, every side of the ball. A lot of fun stuff. Even managing decisions, I think it was really fun. So I'm excited to chat about it.
Isn't that like, we were talking about this game yesterday and, you got fought on the mound, and we're not going to get too far into it, but seems like Jake, as a guy that, every once in a while, and Jimmy, you too, a guy that sprinkles every once in a while on the sports betting. Everyone assumes that this was just going to be a masher session of a baseball game. And as a guy that sprinkles, we should have known it was going to be a tight ball game. As soon as the collective mass decides it's going to be a 10-9 game, that's when you hammer the under.
That was brought to you by DraftKings. I guess. I don't know what that was.
Isn't that true? Don't put me on an island.
I mean, I believed in my guy Ranger. I am very happy Thought proved us wrong. And he had a little bit of what his rotation mates didn't have, which was some fucking balls to just throw pitches right down their throat.
Yeah, the invisible. He had the invisibles going yesterday.
Yeah. It didn't matter what it was throwing. It was, I'm going to put this in the zone.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, let's burn it.
Phillies would hope to soon become Texas Rangers of sorts as Suarez and the boys continue their World Series gallop, while the Snakes would hope to turn up the heat in the desert with the rookie. Brandon would try to get so fighting here. Good gracious, pitching bodacious. Ranger Suarez, he lowers his playoff ERA to 0.94. If you think it's going over, bet the under, kids, with 5.1 shut. But the kid was better. 5.2, 0 earned runs. Who would break first? Oh, no. Ryan Thompson, wild pitch. Harper scores, breaks up the tie in the 7th. But, ooh, Lord, is double so hard. Snakes match with one in the bottom. Alvarado does everything but take the rabbit out of the hat. Bottom of the 9th, get the vodka flowing in Old Town because Kettle won. Marte walk-off single. Fought to Thompson to Salfrank to Ginkel to Seawald. Game on as Snakes win Game 3 2-1 final.
Who won the Game 3 final?
Snakes.
They're alive and well. You want to start with Plouffe?
Sure. He was filthy. I think you said he was loading the zone up, but he was like just enough to get them into swing mode, and then he's expanding with the fastball. You know, like that pitch has some giddy up on it, and you really saw what I haven't seen from the Phillies yet this postseason. They're in between pitches. They were late on the fastball. They were out in front of the sweeper. Like they were kind of guessing. And I don't know if he's got the invisible. It sure looked like he did yesterday. It didn't look like he did during the season necessarily, but he's found some last 2 starts in the postseason. He's done his thing. So you got to give a little bit of credit to him. I think, going into a different atmosphere, day off, different place, you're not playing in front of your home crowd. It's not all, you're not all jacked up. There's a different energy in that type of situation, that type of ballpark. I think that played something into it. But really, yeah, it's Plouffe was just getting them to chase and then really just disrupting timing all game long.
Yeah, I mean, in that first inning, the first at bat against Schwarber, he goes, I believe, sinker in the zone, four-seam fastball in the zone, sweeper in the zone. Then Trey Turner, sweeper in the zone, sweeper in the zone. So he's 5 for 5. He's thrown 3 different pitches. He's put them all in the zone. Where Gallen, Kelly, they were throwing those sweepers way under the zone, which was easy because the Phillies are laying off breaking pitches. So the Phillies are laying off the breaking pitches in the first inning. That's what they've been doing. And he's like, fine, I'll put it in the zone. Watch it go by. Schwarber strikes out swinging. Turner puts one in play. I believe the next 2 pitches were strikes. He threw 1 ball in the first inning.
Yeah. The first inning was huge for him. We talked about getting the 0, gets a double play. But even that a tone setter.
And even that attacking the zone, oh shit, guys, you can't just lay off the breaking pitch and the changeup like we could the last 2 games and wait for the fastball. You got to be ready to swing at all of them, and then you're inducing bad swings. You're inducing the chase, which you're right. Later on, he goes to expand. But that first inning, I think, set up the rest of his outing, as well as him being pinpoint.
Yeah, no, it was just big for him to put up a 0.
Yeah,
but I agree. I think he established a strike zone to get him into swing mode, and then he just said, "Okay, now we can kind of expand." It was great game plan.
Yeah, I think the Phillies obviously thought they were going to continue to be the Phillies. Why wouldn't you? So the Harper double play is huge because, I mean, you can talk about filling up the zone as all you want, but if Harper hits a ball out of the park that's in the zone, it's 2-0 Phillies, and we say the series is over. He gets the 2 ball, and then in that next inning, 3-2 count on a Stott. He gets him to expand, and that's where you see it start to kick in, that the Phillies were like, oh, the storyline of this game was like, were they going to go opener? They didn't go opener. He sticks with the kid. And then, like, coming into the game, you mentioned sprinkling. I've got my buddies that are big sports gamblers that are like, Pfaatt's only going like 45 pitches max. Guess what? Sports happen. And Pfaatt, I mean, that what was it? The front hip sweeper. He was putting that inside and outside. The kid locked in, and you saw why he was a big-time prospect. And I want to circle back to the Dodgers series. The kid got his first confidence there, 4.1 shut there, and then he brought that into this game, and that's one of those. We almost haven't gotten true postseason storylines because the series have been so tight that Pfaatt is one of those. Like, I remember the Phillies' first series. We were like, oh, is Suarez kind of an opener? And we're going to get to him in a minute. He lowers his playoff ERA 0.94 in like 28 innings. Pfaatt gets a good taste against the Dodgers, and now he brought it in this game. And, man, the pitching on both sides early on was awesome. I mean, Suarez, dude, that guy.
Ranger Suarez is awesome.
No pulse.
I love him fielding his position. Dude, so I think it was the Walker ground ball in the second inning. He just, gloves it. He kind of like just knocks it down, looks at it, fucking decides what he's gonna have for dinner tonight. And the whole time, Bryson Stott's like, hey, throw the ball to first base.
One.
Yeah, can you throw it? And he nonchalantly picks it up and hammers it over there. But he's I think that's the way he's got to play. I'd rather have that than some pitcher try to rush it over there. But yeah, there's something about him, man, right? Like the moment is nothing to him. It's nothing to him. Or maybe he just like plays it up so like he gets his emotions down. Whatever it is, it looks hilarious when you watch him pitch.
I think he's just being cocky. I don't know if it's being like bored. I think it's being like
he's not really he's not like that. He's like a bubbly, fun personality. Like he's not like a cocky fuck. He's like almost the opposite of that. But then he gets on the mound and you're like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, he fielded 2 balls in that second inning, I think, or whatever. And the one to end the inning, I mean, he grabs it and he just throws like the softest lollipop. Like he's trying, like BP is over and you're trying to drop it into the bucket, you know, like just a boop. He's really fun to watch. The pinch running decision worked and then kind of hurt because then Alek Thomas comes up and they get the lefty-lefty matchup they wanted. But initially, he scores the run. So I thought that element was fun. You got the dropped ball in center by Rojas, which that was like, oh, like you just had a lot of moments where you're like, this is, like where you shifted forward in your seat in the later innings, which I don't feel like we've had a lot of games. It's always been the first 3 innings where you're kind of like getting up and then you're just sinking and watching it die slowly, where this game just kept giving you like, oh shit, is this it throughout.
Yeah, I liked let's taste some Snakes. Snakes got the dub here. Let's go with the good. That Lourdes Gurriel double, he runs his hands up to bunt on the first pitch, brings the third baseman in a little closer. If Bohm is back on that ball, he fields that cleanly. Instead, it's a double down the line. Alek Thomas flying around the bases. Awesome. And then you're mentioning all the little stuff that felt playoffy about this. Like Pavin Smith ends up coming in for Longoria. He was a controversial should he be on this roster kind of guy. He ends up having 2 hits in this game, including one in the final rally there in the 9th. So a lot of the buttons getting pressed. I mean, Lourdes Gurriel stealing that bag. My goodness. Thank God Dirty Craig didn't step off because it would have been we would have been talking about it in a very different tone.
But that's what
but
you
what
do.
a jump,
Snakes.
baby. Set the tone.
That was a joke. Like if I'm JT Realmuto, I'm like, come on, man. I think people are like 9 for 9 against Kimbrel. Like he doesn't even care, but like you kind of got to care when it's 1-1 in a playoff game. And getting a guy on second base is not exactly what you want. Gurriel, he was all over the place. I had some pregame thoughts. I said, I think, and this is another, silly. You got to understand sports. I thought that the Snakes would have to outslug the Phillies. I said, dude, the Phillies are going to get there. They're going to score, I think I said 6 runs. I said, the Snakes got to do something. They got to take some chances. They got to get in these counts. And you know what? They got to try to hit a homer. They got to try to hit an extra base hit. So Gurriel got to 3-0 against Suarez in the second. And I'm like, dude, here's the chance. You got to go up there and just try to pump one. And he takes a freaking fastball, middle away for a strike. Then Ranger throws a curveball, 3-1. And then he gets a blooper. And he gets on. Then he gets another 3-1 count in the 4th. And he swings through a changeup. Then he gets the 3-2 fastball again. After he got the changeup, I'm like, Gurriel, you're going to get a fastball. Try to pump one right here. And he gets jammed and grounds out. Finally gets the double that scores Thomas. And then we kind of have to talk about that double play. Alvarado comes in. Was it first and third? First and third. So that whole situation was kind of crazy, and it's all happens quickly, but you have to set your mind up as a base runner before the play. Infield's in, middle infield's in. In that situation, I mean, Trey did a great job. Comes and gets that ball, looks Gurriel back, but as soon as he lets go of the ball to second base, Gurriel has to take off for home, like as big a fake as you can without getting off the base too far, just to get Stott to not try to turn that double play. Usually as an infielder, you're like, all right, I'm going to take the 2 outs and we'll just give up this 1 out or the 1 run. No big deal. But in that situation, it's a tie game 1-1 in whatever inning it was, the 8th inning, 7th inning. You got to get his attention off of it. So then you can have first and third again with 1 out this time. But Gurriel didn't do it. They end up turning 2. and Alvarado escapes. So there was 3 pitches, 3 outs. I mean, that was a crazy sequence of events. But, going back to Gurriel, that's something you have to have in your mind. And maybe he's just stoked that he hit a double and didn't care that much at that point. I don't know.
It's like a wild
just
double
a note
play
I had.
turn, too. But you're right. Usually you do see the second baseman grab that and kind of like pump it to the first and then try to sneak and get the runner at third or something because he's distracting him. I didn't see the replay. Was he just standing on the, like he didn't do anything? He didn't round it hard or anything?
He got looked back. He got looked back by Trey Turner right away.
Then he never did anything?
It was a great double play turn.
Yeah,
holy crap.
It's tough, and it was almost perfect because Turner's body's momentum is initially going towards third. So if Gurriel did take an initial step the other way, he's in no man's land. So he kind of does have to scamper back. And then if you're scampering back, now are you going to gun it home, and are you going to be remembered for the triple play? Like it was a tough scenario, but I think the bigger storyline around all of that, Rob Thompson, who in the closeout game against the Braves, he goes to Alvarado and Sir Anthony early, and everyone's crunching the numbers like, wait, how are they going to get through this game? And it ends up being our guy Matty Strom closing it out. He goes to a Ryan Kerkering, our name of the playoffs, rough outing, and that was for me. I was shocked. I mean, it kind of felt like they were trying to steal a couple outs when at that point, if you go up 3-0, like a lot of people, if I'm being honest, including myself, thought the series would be over if that's it. You're up 1-0 and you kick it to a Ryan Kerr. I don't know that one. If I'm a Phillies fan, I'm kind of like, feels like it's against what we've been doing.
He's been pretty good though. I mean, so you wanted Sir Anthony to Alvarado to Kimbrel.
Or Alvarado there, like I don't know, go
or bringing Alvarado right away.
You got a lot of other guys that we've talked about a lot.
Kerkering looked nasty in game 2, right? At the
end he's been pretty good
at the end of it. I mean, was that the 10-0 game?
Yes, but I just remember the highlights look good. His pitches were not good. He threw all the hits came on the sweeper. All of the sweepers were just like middle, and they were just kind of like punched him in. It was all singles, right? It's 3 singles.
I thought going back to – so the 7th was a huge inning. Bottom of the 7th is when the D-backs score their first run. We just talked about the double play. In the bottom of the top of the 7th, Bohm has a swinging bunt. And I thought Rivera had a play on it, and they were saying, oh, good job. He didn't need to throw that ball. Then they showed the replay, and I'm like, no, he had plenty of time. I think he got a little nervous. Like, hey, I don't want to mess up. And so, I'm fine with having that mindset saying like, okay, let's take care of the ball. That's a good mindset to have. But, there are times also where like, just go make the play that you've made a million times. So you get first and second and you have Thompson on the mound. He's a big goon. There's no way that guy fields his position well, right? There's just no way. Maybe he does. That will be like the shock of the century. So Bryson starts up. I'm like, hey, man, we could lay a bunt down. It's the perfect time to lay a bunt down. First and second. You got the goon on the mound. It's a playoff game. It's 0-0. Like, let's embrace chaos. That's the other team's motto. Let's do it here. And instead he grounds into a double play. I mean, I think there was just they get the run because he throws the wild pitch, but I thought that was a chance for them to score a couple there. And instead, the double play, man. Double plays have loomed large in these playoffs.
So is Ketel Marte, who's got a hit in 12 straight playoff games and gets the walk-off on a high fastball. Kimber threw a lot of fastballs that I think on other nights would have just gotten smoked. Like I think they used 2 mound visits too. At one point, mound visits seemed like JT was like, "Hey man, like let's find the edges." He just threw a lot of fastballs right down the middle with no four-seam fastballs. He brought the slider or the curve. It's a slider or a curve. They call it a curve. It looks like a slider to me. They brought it out for the batter before Marte. Who am I thinking of? He walked. Perdomo. And he got him swinging on the first one. And I was like, oh, cool. Like you start using that. And then he lost his zone, walked him. Throws the nice first pitch fastball to Marte. And Marte in his postgame said, he was throwing a lot of fastballs. I was looking for a fastball. And then I think think Realmuto wanted it low and away, and it ends up being high and in. But Kimbrel was throwing hard and in the zone, but not on. It was in the zone. I thought he was going to get like rocked some of those pitches. Some of those pitches swung through or taken, but they end up getting it done.
Huge at bat by Gurriel. I mean, lucky he kind of gets the call on that last pitch.
Yeah, very close.
Ump could have rang him up on that. That changes the whole inning. And then, yeah.
The high one?
No, the last pitch was at the knees.
I did a deep dive onto that pitch. On the high one was
he missed a bunch of calls for both teams.
Yeah.
I think Seawald and Kimbrel. Like, what the?
Yeah. The high one, the first pitch of the inning to Gurriel is a strike.
Gurriel.
Is a strike.
Yep.
Like if you look at where it crossed the plate and then search every other pitch that's crossed the plate at that spot, they're all strikes, which is what I did. And also Seawald had one that he thought was strike 3 the inning before. The low one is a ball. Then he called that a ball the whole game for both sides. But that first one's a strike. Like, yeah,
it was
like right.
Hey, that's a
there.
Tone-setting pitch too. First pitch of the inning.
Yeah. The check swing call was absolutely atrocious too. It didn't end up hurting them because they got the out at home plate, but
on Rivera, yeah.
Like, first base on. Wake up.
I feel like they've been bad. Not just this crew. That was Lance Barksdale that missed that one. He zooed that. Holy crap! You're right that Trey Turner saved Lance Barksdale right there, because if he ends the game after that, we're talking a lot more about Lance, right?
I mean, that was like a horrible call.
Full swing.
Full swing.
Full swing. He wasn't. Here's the thing. Lance wasn't watching. That's the thing.
Kimbrel, he wasn't. And Kimbrel just goes, really?
Lance is like, say no swing. You could tell when they didn't watch. I would fucking always look at the umpire and be like, you didn't watch. I know you weren't looking.
It's so ridiculous. It's not even.
It is.
Not even.
It's so ridiculous you can't review it.
Not even a real rule. Even if you could review it.
What'd you think?
No, it's a fake rule. Yeah, intent. Oh man! Shout out Snakes though. They're alive. They're alive. They are.
They're alive. I have one more thing to say before we move on. But if you guys have anything else on the gameplay or anything.
Is it about Farmer's dog?
No, but it's about an animal.
Okay.
A dog.
The Diamondbacks mascot needs to get in line.
Baxter.
Oh.
The human that's in the costume. I'm talking to that person, not the actual mascot.
What's that mean?
You're acting too much like a human. You can't be like throwing the towel and like flexing and doing all these like human emotions. Did you see the shots of him? It's very much like that's a dude who's being a fan. He totally forgets he's in a furry outfit. Like,
is he a bobcat?
But the person in there,
is he?
If you were to watch it, you'd be like, that looks like everyone else in the crowd. He is forgetting he's a mascot. I was almost like off put by it. I was like, dude, you're just being a human right now.
Yeah, do your job.
You have to consider, I've always been a Phoenix man. The Suns gorilla is, one of the more famous mascots all time. So in that neck of the woods, in our neck of the woods, and he uses a lot of human type emotions. He dunks a lot and things like that. So in that region, the mascots tend to have more human.
Oh, they're more human in that region. Okay. What a fucking
zoologist story, Ellie.
Oh my!
Speaking of animals, the farmer's dog. Me and Jim combined for 3 dogs. Trevor is thinking about it.
I have a bearded dragon.
BBD was a little scared of dogs. Noodle broke him in the old-fashioned way. With some farmer's dog. You want to take care of your pooch, and farmer's dog is the best way to do that. They deliver fresh, healthy dog food. It's developed by vets, nutritionally balanced and made from real healthy ingredients to human food safety standards. And we love a deal. 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food at thefarmersdog.com/JohnBoy. Specially made for your dog, young, old, big, little, and free shipping. So that's farmersdog.com/JohnBoy. 50% off your first box.
Look at this. He's mad at the umpire.
Yeah, he needs to chill out a little bit.
Yeah, like you're not. Is
he a bobcat? That's what he is.
You're not being
right?
a mascot here. You're just being like a real angry human being. Look,
D. Baxter is a bobcat,
flexing on him and shit and yelling. It's like,
why don't they have a snake as their mascot?
Yeah, I don't know. That's maybe the biggest. Like,
why don't we have a snake in the dugout? We always land here.
That's the craziest thing.
That would be. Oh my gosh! Like in Miami,
how is the Diamondbacks mascot not a snake?
That's crazy. We need to bring. We talked about this. Bring the aquarium back to Miami, please. And then also in Arizona, let's do an aquarium, but a big snake. I mean, how sick would that be if all of a sudden, it's game 4 of the playoffs and you got to feed this thing. And then you just see it in the 8th inning going after the mice and like, it just fires the crowd up.
Ranger Suarez just loves mice and he's crying on the mound. No.
I also really liked this sign. You guys see this sign? It says, I believe. And then in parentheses, in my boys.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have just like wholesale belief going on here. I just want you guys to know this is specifically in my boys.
They just fucking hate Alec Thomas.
Yeah.
So they're
that's sexist.
My guys.
Like, so many people have held signs that say, I believe at baseball games. And you know what they believe in. And this lady was like, just to be like, no God, no nothing here. It's just in my boys. Which is weird. Anyway.
I know we started there. Fucking Brandon Pfadt, man.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Punching tickets. He's getting on lists with Randy Johnson. He's getting on these rookie lists of all-timers. Like, good for him, man.
Yeah, I mean, especially how it started. He went 2 2/3 against the Brewers, 7 hits, 3 earned runs. He gave up the homer. And you're like, okay, this is not exactly what we're looking for here, Brandon. And then the Dodgers. And then the freaking Phillies. I mean, in those 2 games, Phillies-Dodgers, now he's 10 innings pitched, 4 hits, 11 Ks, 0 walks.
Pretty good.
That is awesome. Good-looking dude.
Ooh.
I'll say it.
The cheeks get really rosy when he's pitching, huh?
Yeah, he's young.
Oh, he got a lot of blood flow.
Yep.
Where else does it go?
All right, let's do the next series, which is
yes,
it's going to Game 6, guaranteed.
We've got the roof open. Didn't even know it did open, so let's hope it wouldn't rain cats and dogs with Urquidy and Heen Dog towing the slam in Arlington. But a downpour in the first. My salsa. Whoa, Bregman triples, plating 2. Jordan with only an RBI single. 3-0 Astros, 10 pitches in. But the Rangers would answer. Adolis Garcia. Corey, see ya. That one was for Trev. Like a good night out, we are tied up at 3. Only problem was Stroh scored the next touchdown. They keep Jordan in the yard barely, but El Oso, Jose Abreu, 438, 3-point shot. Chaz Michaels McCormick skates out a 2-run jobber of his own. Urquidy, Stanek, Brown, Maton, Montero. Houston takes the 4th game. We got a tied series in Texas.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Jimmy, we've been doing our Texas accents, and so my thing is there's no beans in this chili. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Ain't no beans in this chili. Jake, give
That's
yours.
way too fast to be a Texas accent, unless it glitched on it.
Don't worry about it, Jimmy. Jake, do yours.
California, Texas. I've no idea what you're talking about. Voices and accents.
Can you give
thing.
your accent
That's
for
not
us,
really my
Jimmy?
bag.
Your Texas accent.
I can only repeat accents. I can't make them up on my own.
Do your Dusty at least.
Well, Dusty's not from Texas.
No, but
I haven't done that in so long.
I mean, that's for the real talking baseball faithful.
Yeah. What does he say?
Little fucker.
Yeah.
Hey, little fucker.
Oh yeah. I got a man, little fucker.
Get back on the mound, you little.
Yeah. I was talking to Joe Kelly. It's not that little.
It's not that
Skinny.
little. Pretty tall.
Skinny dude. Skinny. Yeah. And that's how Dusty measures things. He doesn't care about height at all.
Just with.
Yeah. This is kind of what I wasn't on the last episode, but that's when they were up 2-0, and you're like, well, this is where the series actually starts because the Rangers have no more pitching, and the Astros have like the best 3-4 in the postseason. So
Brandon Pfaadt.
Yeah, but 3-4.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. I mean, Heaney just does not get the job done. Bochy said he wanted to go to Heaney. He's like, I'm hoping he can give me 5-6. You're so much smarter than that. And then he has got to go to Dunning early. But I will say the offense for the Rangers, they still did some shit.
They get to Urquidy.
They get to Urquidy. They get some. Every inning, they feel like they had runners on, were threatening until it got out of hand, and the Astros will get out of hand. I mean, Trev, you said on the episode I wasn't on, you woke up Altuve. Well, guess what? You fucking woke up Altuve, and he's nuts. Opens the game with a single. Pops one off the line, which I think the umps knew wasn't a home run, but they also know let's call it a home run so we can review it without having the managers have to review it, which I appreciate, but is also so silly in general. And turns a double play. That was really nice. Or was it a double play, or did he come home? No, it was double play, right?
Which one?
No, it was just a play, just to his right.
Play.
Yeah, it was just an awesome play in the hole by Altuve. So he's alive and well, and that's scary.
I mean, the name of the game here is obviously early runs. The Rangers answer back, but 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position for the Rangers. So you had 4 people in scoring position. That's not exactly what you want in a game. The Astros, on the other hand, can you even give it a guess without looking? 8 for 16. Is that what you want? I mean, that's ridiculous. That's playing in the pool, Jake, and holding, your younger brother underwater for a little bit, a little too long. Just that little extra bit, a little too long. 8 for 16? It's crazy to me. We can talk and go into all the different innings, but I mean, you're down 4-3, and you have 2 guys on, you have Jose Abreu, 2-2, 2 outs. You just got to make a pitch. You just got to make a pitch, and you're out of the inning, and everything feels good, and it's a ball game still. But instead, Abreu goes second deck, and it's all of a sudden it's 7-4, and then it seems like the game's out of reach at that point because they're going to continue to score. And I don't know, man. It's just the Astros. We keep saying it, and it's annoying for people to listen to us, and it's annoying for us to say it, but they're inevitable. That's what it feels like. Even when they're down 0-2 in a series, we get on here, we're talking. It's not over. And I think I said, if it was the other way around, if the Astros had gotten up 2-0 on the Rangers, we would say the series is over. But because they're the Astros, we knew that they got the dog in them. It's crazy, man.
Houston's top 5, Altuve, 3 for 4. We talk about what does a manager do sometimes. How about Mauricio Dubon in the 2-hole? He gets 2 hits. Alex Bregman with the triple and 2 walks. Yordan, 2 for 4. Abreu, only 1 hit, 2 walks. That hit was the 3-run homer. So all of their top 5 got on multiple times. This is worst case scenario for Texas because, okay, let's, say he does throw 1 good pitch or Abreu misses that. Texas's offense, they can battle and compete and all that. You didn't see Houston's good pen again, and they rest up. So, in this day and age where guys in the bullpen rarely ever pitch 3 days in a row, you could have set yourself up for that. Instead, Houston's A pen gets rested up. You get bullied, and now you've dropped the last 2. And, yeah, the series is basically back in Houston's favor. I mean, the only thing they got
I don't know about that
is that the road team wins every game. We still got that going on. But worst case scenario for Texas.
I don't. So I agree that losing the first 2 at home is bad, but you got Montgomery, you got Eovaldi going. You got to feel good about yourselves after what they showed early in this series and what they've shown all year. I mean,
well, I have a declaration.
Okay, I think this is going to be so fun. These next 3 games are going to be awesome.
I think Texas can only win in 6. So the next game is very, very important. Monty versus Verlander. I think if it goes...
You don't want to see Scherzer game 7?
No. I mean, can they go Monty or Eovaldi game 7? They can't, right? They would be on very short rest.
Game 7 would be the 23rd. So no, today's the 20th.
It's Scherzer, Dunning, Heaney. It's bullpen day for the Rangers.
I would knock out Heaney. I would knock out Dunning. I would say you start Scherzer and then you just pen it to death.
I don't know if you can even start Scherzer.
John Gray. I don't know what you do.
So Scherzer, Stratton, Chapman, Leclerc. There's
like something. Like
Leclerc,
you're throwing 5.
But it's still a lot of scary guys to trust, all of them performing at once.
Yes,
so
yes.
I think it's Rangers got to win it in 6, which I think is possible because they're hitting the shit out of the ball. Framber hasn't been good in the playoffs against anyone besides the Yankees, really. And Monty's the only pitcher to shut down Jordan, so maybe that happens again. I don't know if it's going to, but I think this next game is pretty make or break for the Rangers.
Hey, when when Bradford comes in for Jordan, at that point, when a lefty out of the bullpen had been brought on to face Yordan Alvarez, he was 5 for 7 against the lefty reliever brought in the game for him with 2 home runs. 2 of those, the 2 outs, one of those was the homer Leotis Tavares brought back.
Oh, my God.
And then in that at-bat, he hits it to the wall. He's making an argument that he is the best hitter ever. Ever.
I mean...
And I don't know, man. I think sometimes we get sucked into Altuve because he's an all-time great, and we should. We get sucked into Bregman. Like, he was kind of becoming one of the faces of baseball. And then he kind of went low-key for a little bit after the scandal, but now he's on the way back. Like, Jordan is one of the best to ever do it. It's the scariest at bat ever. It's everything.
I mean, I agree with you. Like, throwing the best ever out there is, just brings up a lot of emotions in people, but like, just go watch him hit. Go watch him hit. He's platoon proof. Run value by pitches. Okay, go first of all. Just if you're just sitting, maybe you're going to the bathroom, you got your phone in your hand. Maybe just type in Baseball Savant. Go to Jordan Alvarez's page. Check out all the red. It's ridiculous. Run values by pitch. There's 10 pitches listed here. He's a positive in every single one except for a splitter where he's -1. Four-seamer, 14 run value, slider 1, sinker 7, curveball 3, changeup 9. Don't throw him a fucking changeup. Change your changeup to a splitter. A cutter 4, sweeper 6. Like, this guy hits every pitch. He hits righties. He hits lefties. What are you going to do, dude?
Get beat.
Be Jordan Montgomery. Bust him inside. You got to have a release point.
Perfect.
The highest release point in all of MLB, okay? From the left side, and pinpoint control on the inside, and also Jordan hasn't studied and isn't prepared for that plan of attack.
Yeah, the Twins tried that with him.
It works for one game.
Inside.
They don't have the highest release point ever from a lefty. Only Jordan Montgomery does, and only Jordan Montgomery can do that once without him knowing the plan of attack. So it's over. Plans.
It's Jordan's he's something else. Yeah, I think that it's gotten to the point now where we probably just walk the guy. Like, probably just walk him. Like, whatever happens, you can live with that rather than Jordan Alvarez fucking demolishing a baseball over the fence. It's dangerous. I think it's dangerous for the fans and maybe even for the pitcher.
Yeah.
But for the safety of the game, let's just start walking Jordan.
That's fair.
Yeah.
For more of Trevor Plouffe's gambling advice, head over to the DraftKings Sportsbook, where if you bet $5 on baseball, you'll get $200 instantly in bonus bets. So what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code TALKIN. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on baseball only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code TALKIN. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, licensing partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. 21 plus, ages vary by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. See dkng.co/baseball for eligibility terms and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Whew. Jose Abreu looks like Jose Abreu. That's significant. Regular season, no thanks.
Yeah.
Do you think
they're helping not make it easy to just walk on?
Do you think, like, I said that was a great contract for Houston. That's 3 years, 60, I believe it is. Maybe like 20 a year. Obviously, during the regular season, wasn't worth it. But if, like, say he was on the Yankees and you gave him that deal, bad in the regular season, but you made the postseason, and now he's doing what he's done in the postseason, is that enough to, are you like, yeah, that was worth it?
Yeah.
Because what he's doing in the postseason, it is, right?
When you're the Rangers, I'm fucking stupid idiot. When you're the Astros and the CS is guaranteed, and all you need is a guy, you're hiring people to help you win the CS and the World Series. I mean,
like him and Brantley, like even Brantley's couple games that he's been in there and making an impact, like it almost seems to me like, yeah, that's worth it. It's worth it, dude. Because Brantley's a 1-year deal, or last year, not a 1-year deal, last year of his deal, I believe. Or is it a 1-year deal?
He signed a 1 for 12 last year. So this is the 1 year of that.
I don't know. Those are those supplemental pieces that show up in the postseason that you're like, oh man, like Jakey Lytics, longer lineup, better lineup.
Verlander Monty tonight.
Two guys don't get along.
We didn't even mention Hunter Brown. Like, you just got that guy in your back pocket. Here you go. Eat some innings up, kid. 3 innings, 2 Ks, no walks, no runs. They have pitching. They have too much pitching. Like, he could have started game 5. They legit have like 5 starters. Maybe
it's
more.
the biggest advantage they have versus all 4 teams, all other 3 teams left. Their rotation's pretty deep.
Let me ask you this. Would you rather have the Phillies' first 3 pitchers or the Astros' first 3 pitchers?
Oh, it's a really good question, I think.
We might be seeing that.
Yeah, that's a really...
I think it's Phillies.
I think it's pretty balanced. Framber should be dropped, but like you can't really do that in the postseason. Well, if they get a long-ass break, Astros win the next 2 and they get like the 4 days, they can do whatever they want for the World Series. I know Framber's been great in the regular season, but he struggled. But
right now he's struggling.
I think it's Phillies because I think Ranger Suarez
he's doing like historic stuff as the third.
Yeah.
Didn't he? The last game he got pulled out early.
Excuse me?
Ranger Suarez got pulled after like 3 last game that he started?
Not ready to be a dad.
No, I think they keep considering him an opener and he just gets a normal playoff
He's like,
start.
I'm good.
Just leave me in, please.
Oh.
Pitch limit, fine.
You can go that, yeah.
I'll get more ground balls.
Yeah. Good stuff, everybody.
NLDS game 1, he was taken out after 3 2/3, and then 5 and 5 1/3.
Yeah, that's when I was like, why is Topper going to the bullpen so early? 3 game set. But he knew that was just like a fucking exhibition match.
Taster.
I didn't.
Did we miss anything in this game? The batting gloves in the back pocket, nobody's ever going to have them out ever again, which is smart.
I was going to do a little video on that. That's so silly. But also, whatever.
Tuck those bad boys in there. I guarantee there's a memo being sent out right now. Like, if you're a team, hey, guys, batting gloves are out.
Style, man.
He wouldn't be the player he is if he didn't get to do that.
You know how cool people feel when they tuck their gloves in? They got little butt flaps.
Super
you probably
cool.
did it. You probably had butt flaps, fingers.
No, I'll give them to the coach, first base coach.
That's way better.
Yeah. Here you go, bro.
Seager joined
Hold my shit, coach.
Seager joined the party for Texas. And
great call by the booth too.
I want to also I'm going to give like a backhanded comp. Oh no, I guess it's not backhanded. It's funny when you see, we're talking about Jordan when he hits it. Like, Trev, you're the first one that brought up like how massive Corey Seager is. He's a massive human being. He goes up top, opposite field, pitch out of the zone, whatever. Chas McCormick, who's a little less Superman than some of the guys we just mentioned.
Yeah.
He catches one like down and in, like one of those perfect backyard swings, crushes it, and it's like 5 feet over the fence. And you're like, oh, that's right. Like everyone on the field is a freak show.
In multiple ways.
Yordan Alvarez, man. Holy.
We'll see you later.
I'm a snake.
Baseball.
Say it again.
I'm a snake.
Jake sucks.
Cambio.
Are the Rays still playing?
Oh.
Oh, ouch.
They're playing their favorite game. The off-season moves, roster moves. The front office is like, enough of the season. Let's go make some moves, ruin people's lives.
Who's the next Luke Rayleigh?
Who are we going to injure next?